Hello there. So, are you tired of awkward silences and stumbling through conversations? Sick of feeling like your message gets lost in translation? Ready to uplevel your communication like a boss? Well, you're in the right place. I'm Kathy Riley, your host and communication expert with over 25 years in litigation and another 15 as an entrepreneur, a speaker, trainer, coach. Tune in as we serve up piping hot blend of tools, systems, and techniques guaranteed to change the way you connect with others. From mastering the art of tough conversations to cultivating a mindset that screams confidence, we're here to help you dominate every interaction like a pro, all while uncovering the secrets to leading yourself and others with grace and grit. At Breaking Bad Communication, we're not just breaking bad habits, we're shattering communication barriers personally and professionally. And a question I was asked today, and I thought this would make for a great podcast, is how do you, when we're talking about boundaries, how do you say no? So I'm a yes girl. If you're somebody that struggles with saying no because you please people. So that was how I was raised. I grew up in the Midwest and girls were to be seen and not heard. We were told often that we need to just sit down, be quiet, do the dishes, cook the meal, all of that. I was to be in the kitchen, not hanging out with everybody. That's just the way I grew up. That's what I was told time and time again. Don't stir the pot. Don't make a mess. Don't say anything. Just sit down and be quiet. And that led, so like the truth is, I lost my mom in 2017. And that was a defining moment in my life. It was rough because what I say about how we were raised, how I was raised, how she was raised was to stay quiet. She literally, for a month, didn't leave the house. She was in pain, she was uncomfortable, and she kept, I didn't want to be, I don't want to stir the pot, cause trouble. She didn't want attention. She didn't want anybody to take her to the doctor. She just, figured things would just get better on their own. She really did. She didn't want to stir the pot. And asking for help is not stirring the pot. And it took my brother going over there, and he's the oldest. I have 3 siblings, so 4 kids. He's the oldest, so he's kind of like the manly man. And he got there, and he just didn't take no for an answer, but like scooped her up, put her in the car, and they went to the doctors. They went to the ER, and she never came home. So I'm here to tell you, I'm going to take a moment here because that was hard. That was really hard. But how do we say no? Because we're yes people, right? We're yes people. How do we say no and it still is authentically the right thing to say? And this is stuff I've been perfecting for years, and this is good. So you guys, if you're a yes person, take notes. All right, you're going to want to hear this. So you can say no and not say no. First of all, you can say no and it's a complete sentence. So if you've got the gumption and something doesn't sit with you, say no. But if a situation is presented, somebody's asking you for something, they want you to get involved. It's a task that they need to have, and I've been asked to serve on boards. Right, I'm a go-getter. I'm somebody that likes to get involved, and when I'm passionate about something, I will help. But then I'm always asked to step up and lead. And I've learned that you can say no without saying no for things like, well, thank you so much for the opportunity to sit on your board. Like, I'm not sure, what does that look like and what do you need from me? And then I've had the conversation and it's like, well, you know what? I always say thank you. I really do. When somebody asks something of me, they clearly are seeing the value that I bring. So I'm like, I'm really honored. Thank you so much for thinking of me. That's so awesome. What I have going on right now. So I have my priorities. Now you could explain your priorities, or you could just say, with what I've got going on right now, this doesn't fit in, but this is what I can do. And I can help with this, and I can do that. So the two things, when you ask, so what happens is when you ask them for a little bit more information about truly what they're asking you to do, you're discerning the involvement that they want, because maybe they just need you to show up for one thing. And can you or can't you do that? So gain the certainty of, what are they asking you? The clarity. What are they asking of you? What is this project? What is this event? What is the to do, this task? And once you are listening to them, really listen and process the information that they want. And then as you're thinking about that, does it fit in with your priorities? What are your top 3 priorities for the next quarter, for the next week, month, whatever it is? And does this fit in? And if it doesn't, you have full permission to say no, right? You have it is your life. You get to lead it. It's your job to lead your life, not let somebody else lead it for you. So saying no, it's like, oh, well, I appreciate you thinking of me for this. It's such an honor. So tell me again, what were you looking at? And when you get when you have to say no, sit there and say, well, what are some of the other things that you might need help? This is not working for me, but I do have a little bit of time, or I'm very passionate about your cause, or I want to see this project come to a conclusion. This is what I could do. So you offer an alternative solution. You give them an option or two on how you can get involved. I could do this. I could do this task. I could hop on a meeting, whatever it looks like. So as you were listening and discerning what they wanted from you, comparing to what is your goals, your priorities, and then flip it around to say, this isn't something I can do, but I can do this. So guess what? You're not saying no. You're not saying no. You are now simply saying, this is my yes. And what I find happens often is what I am able to do is not what they need. So then they tell me no. And which would makes me feel good, because then they say no, right? And I'm checked off. I feel good because I offered to support in a way that was in alignment with everything that I have going on personally, and they say no. That feels pretty good. I'm telling you, once you start practicing the asking questions, understanding what is being asked of you, you're able to create boundaries, because you're not saying no. You're saying, well, this is what I could do instead. And sometimes they're like, okay, great. I get asked a lot to support for fundraising for different events and nonprofits. And there's like, okay, I could go to a fundraising party like once a month and just and keep myself very busy promoting it, organizing it, doing all of that. So I often say, it's like, depending on, is it in alignment with my core values? Is this what you're asking? Is this part of what I can do? And so maybe I just offer, I'm unable to attend, I'm unable to support, but you know what? This is what I can do. I could put it out on social media. Maybe I could put it in my newsletter. Have you ever thought of sharing it in this group, or getting so and so, like, oh, Susie Q would be great partner, a power partner for you in alignment. Is there somebody else that could really take over and help this cause? So how can you use the resources that you have? Your resources aren't just you. How can you use the resources to help them with the task at hand and still maintain your boundaries? Mind blowing. I know, right? I know, right? You can say no without saying no. Now, I also will tell you, you have permission here and now to say no. You have permission to say no. There is no reason why you can't say no. But I appreciate how you may feel like you want to be of service. You want to be helpful. That may be one of your core values, right? Is being of service. So that doesn't mean to alienate your core value. Use it in a way that still aligns with your boundaries. Does that make sense? Gosh, I hope this is really resonating with you. I hope that you are really, really processing this information and knowing your life is based on the life you live right now is based on the choices that you've made. Think about that for a hot minute. All of the choices you have made leading up to today has led you to the life you have right now, including your boundaries. And if you want to see something different tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, that means changing your choices. And that means really holding on to your boundaries. And that means saying no in a way that is authentic to you, that resonates with you. So I hope that was helpful. I mean, this lesson, once I started saying no, the way that it was very authentic to me, I am someone of service. I have been raised that way. I feel that. I try to help as many people as possible. It's part of the reason why I speak, so I can share that message to so many more people. But once I started saying no in a way that was authentic, like, I can't do that, but I can do this. This doesn't work for me, but how about this? You know what? I'm not the person for this. How about Susie or Joe? Right? Learning to use my resources to help you, the person on the other side of this conversation, achieve your goal. That makes me feel good. That makes me feel good. So, that is a wrap for today's episode of Breaking Bad Communication. Thank you. I truly thank you for tuning in and being a part of this. You know, before we sign off, if there's something that was talked about today that resonates with you, or resonates, you think it's something somebody needs to hear this, please share. Please subscribe for one. Don't forget that. But please share this with somebody who you think needs to know, how do you say no? How do you say no? And as you head back into the world, remember, every conversation is your chance to shape your life and the lives of others, whether it's a tough talk or casual chat. Be clear, be intentional, and listen like it matters, because it really does. The better you communicate, the more your life aligns with what you truly want. So go out there, own your voice, and make your words work for you. See you next time.